What's up everyone, and welcome back to the Bold and the Beautiful 24 official channel. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button today. Let's get started. When Bill discovers what Luna is planning, what will he do? The Bold and the Beautiful Bill Spencer hasn't had a compelling plot or much luck in years, let's face it. After he made the grave error of pardoning the two-time murderer Luna, she pursued Steffi once more. He was then conned out of $1 million by Dr. Grace Buckingham to have his son Liam undergo emergency surgery to remove a tumor that Liam didn't even have. It won't be long until Bill learns that another lady is pursuing one of his boys, since Lee is now making the equally heinous error of locking Luna in her house and allowing everyone in LA to believe she is dead. What transpired on The Bold and the Beautiful this week? On The Bold and the Beautiful, Luna tested positive for pregnancy. Luna took a pregnancy test this week on The Bold and the Beautiful in the hopes that she was expecting a Spencer child following the night she got well intoxicated, pretended to be his girlfriend Electra, and had intercourse with him. She said she had a strategy in mind, but she kept it a secret from Sheila and Lee. But we're rather certain we do. She will most likely wait for the ideal opportunity to tell Will who she is and then surprise him by telling him that she is the mystery girl from that night and that she is expecting his child. She most likely believes that having a Spencer child will grant her instant access to the luxurious lifestyle she has always desired. Bill has always been liked by Luna. He didn't end up becoming her father, so if Will marries her, which is most likely what she's hoping for, he might end up becoming her father-in-law. This would tie a bright red bow around her grand scheme. Bill, be careful. Wait till you see what Luna has in store for you, and Will, if you thought Grace put you and Liam through a lot. She might find a way to pursue Wyatt as well, so let's hope he doesn't return to Los Angeles. The dollar bill from the past is nowhere to be found. When Liam informed Bill about Grace's fraud on The Bold and the Beautiful, Bill became enraged. Fans have often lamented that Bill has softened over time and no longer acts like the ferocious dollar Bill Spencer who made his debut in 2009 as the president of his father's business, Spencer Publications. Dollar Bill was a cunning, cocky, and unforgiving jerk who would never allow anyone to mistreat his family the way Grace and Luna have. Do you recall how, believing Amber to be carrying Liam's child, he attempted to fix it so she would jump off a cliff? And how, after Ridge interrupted Bill and Brooke's wedding, he gave his friend Justin the order to chuck Ridge out of a helicopter? If Bill is going to confront Luna, the psychopath, he must rekindle his inner energy. He must think carefully and devise a cunning, non-violent strategy to keep his family safe from her. There might yet be hope for him, despite the fact that he has recently developed a slight affection for The Bold and the Beautiful. We saw a glimpse of the former Bill when Liam told him about Grace's deception and he whispered, "Bitch is going to pay." Fortunately, Grace admitted her wrongdoing and turned herself in to the police. To begin with, it's time for Luna to pay for sexually abusing Will. How is Bill going to treat her? Bill must atone for his error in obtaining Luna's pardon. Bill caused this issue on The Bold and the Beautiful by securing Luna's release from prison. In order to atone for his error in securing Luna's pardon, Bill must take center stage in this plot, right next to Will. Because Poppy wasn't a good parent and was more interested in drugs and men, he felt sorry for her and could identify with what she had gone through as a child. Bill claimed to have experienced a similar circumstance during his own early years. Fans were incensed and perplexed, wondering how he could be so forgiving of a double murderer who imprisoned his own grandchild's mother, Steffi. Luna wouldn't be pursuing Will at this time and attempting to infiltrate the extremely wealthy Spencer family if Bill had allowed her to remain in prison, where she belongs. Let's hope that the current Luna plot points to the return of the dollar bill that so many of us adored and missed. Luna has only ever known Bill, who is kind and considerate. Don't mess with me, Bill. It's time for her to meet Ruthless. The entire foundation of Bill Spencer's world on The Bold and the Beautiful is in danger of collapsing when he finally discovers the full scope of Luna Nozawa's perverse plan. This is because what is happening isn't just a simple family scandal or secret tryst. Rather, it's a calculated scheme that could entangle his son Will, his family's reputation, and Spencer Publications itself in a web of manipulation so dark and toxic that only the cold, crafty, and dangerous side of Bill Spencer could ever hope to dismantle it. Although Lee Finnegan may believe she can keep Luna hidden away in her home, letting the world believe she is gone, the truth always comes to light. Her deception on the night she drugged Will with spiked alcohol and pretended to be his girlfriend Electra in order to sleep with him, as well as her delusional belief that having a Spencer child would automatically propel her into the life of luxury she has always dreamed of, paint her as more than just a woman desperate for status, but as a predator who will do whatever it takes to entangle Will, control the narrative, and insert herself into the powerful Spencer legacy. And when it does, the consequences will be disastrous, particularly when Bill admits that he allowed this nightmare to happen by pardoning Luna, which allowed her to stalk, seduce, and now trap his son with a pregnancy bombshell that could permanently tie her to the Spencer dynasty. Fans would quickly acknowledge that Bill hasn't been compelling in years since he has been tamed, diluted, and stripped of his once ferocious demeanor, which included throwing Ridge Forrester out of helicopters and plotting to bring Amber Moore to the brink of her pregnancy scandal. And using his position as CEO of Spencer Publications like a sword, but what Luna is planning could be the exact catalyst needed to rekindle that vicious fire, because the Bill who once venomously whispered, "Bitch is going to pay," after Grace Buckingham tricked him into thinking Liam needed emergency surgery for a non-existent tumor, is the same Bill who now has to defend his son from a manipulative young woman who is using pregnancy as a weapon. Will may be perplexed, conflicted, and even tempted by Luna's beauty and apparent vulnerability, but Bill will see her for what she is, a threat to his bloodline, a parasite cling to the Spencer name in the hopes of social climbing her way to riches. The question is not whether Bill will act, but rather how he will act, because if he returns to his more gentle, contemporary self, Luna might get away with her plan, but if Dollar Bill returns, Luna will face a storm unlike anything she has ever experienced, because Bill's compensation for forgiving her is to dismantle her plan piece by piece, expose her lies to Will, make sure her pregnancy claim doesn't permanently bind his son to her, and ensure that the world knows exactly what kind of woman she is. Despite Poppy's cries for sympathy, Lee may continue to interfere, and Sheila may lurk in the background with her own perverse agenda. Bill will ultimately be held accountable. Since this isn't just about Luna's betrayal or her attempt to control Will's future, it's also about whether Bill Spencer can regain the vicious instincts that made him who he is, reclaim his reputation as the fierce guardian of his family, and show everyone including Luna that even though kindness may have been the reason for his recent downfall, when it goes too far, Dollar Bill never truly goes away. He waits, he watches, and when the time is right, he strikes with such precision that no one, least of all Luna Nozawa, will ever forget the consequences of crossing him.